I'm the people's champ. My chain light up like a lamp, cause now I'm back with the camp. I'm crawling similar to an ant, cause I'm low to.
What's good, y'all? What's happening? Man, look, I'm editing some videos, trying to get some different kind of content out to you guys. Got so many different ideas, and I had to come up with a way to organize them and try to get them out there to you guys, because I'm just like getting ideas left and right like crazy. But while I'm up, before I have to wake my son up in like an hour, I thought I'd see what you guys are up to. The live streams are going back to being, like they mostly always been, but during the past few weeks, I've been experimenting. You know what I mean? Trying some different things, seeing what works and what doesn't work. And I think I finally got it. And along with the new schedule, more time on my hands. So I definitely want to try some different things out. Tonight's video, make sure this is public. Okay. Yeah, tonight's video is just about how a lot of these fembots, I'm hoping that I don't get flagged, that title, are realizing that they were lied to and how it's dying. And the meltdowns are beautiful and epic. Again, you guys, smash that like button. Now more than ever, it's so important. With YouTube trying to crush content creators that like to speak the truth, a couple months before the new administration, we need your support. Okay. So you guys know who we voted for. So support the channel. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We're part of y'all. And hit that like button, subscribe, and share the live stream. With no further ado, let's get into it.
Every time a bitch runs for president, she gets sent back to the kitchen.
Sensational. Trump is going to go down in history as the man that stopped the first female from being president. Twice.
That's why I'm so sick of these bitches. I've been like, you don't think something
You
don't think something black.
that was funny. Oh god, bro, I gotta go back to that.
I'm devastated.
I'll leave it.
Y'all really mad at this woman because she voted for Trump? Girl, we stand with you. All Black America is not mad at you, baby. You can stay in your bathroom, do all your dance. I'm gonna watch every last one of them. Y'all really need to get a life and grow the fuck up.
Absolutely.
It's mind-blowing that people are on here shaving their heads and joining movements. But you know who's not shaving their head and joining a movement?
Pretty women.
President Harris. You guys should tell her to put her money where her mouth is and join you.
You didn't get here by yourself, man. You can't do this without us. And if we don't let you, you don't get any. It's that simple. It's that simple.
So many people are saying stuff like, oh, the 4B movement is just
definitely leftover women that's doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's leftover women. Nobody wants those chicks anyway.
TikTok trend. It's not going to take off in real life. It's just a fringe movement. Are they sure about that? Because both CNN and NBC have already reported on the 4B movement since the election. The 4B movement is already starting to go mainstream in the US.
As Fox News,
and as it does, more and more women are going to consider it for themselves.
It's not true. Again, it's just the machine is correcting itself after men did what we did instead of going along with the programming, the Matrix, or you know what I mean, the AI government ran machine that's running all social media and media is just correcting itself, man. So what it likes to do is control the narrative. So I believe it's like what they're saying in those Asian countries, that it's a group of women, a small group, but not like the majority that are doing this. But the internet can hyperinflate it and make it seem like it's pretty much all women. That's what they're doing. But the stats are out. You know, young men, young middle-aged men, and middle-aged men are walking away from dating. It is what it is. So whatever they're doing after we did that, who cares? We've already walked away. But this is their answer to MGTOW. That's what this really is. For you guys that are going to MGTOW and myself, this is their response, like they always do. It's just always a back and forth.
And I don't know how big the 4B movement will turn out to be in the US, but it'll certainly be something. Thank you for your time.
Listen, I'm not going to dog on liberals too hard because I am promoting unity. We all need to come together. But guys, I mean girls, you participating in the 4B movement harms no one but yourself. And don't you know that sexual pleasure reduces stress, gives you clearer
Facts,
complexion?
Chicago West. Facts.
I mean, love is really good too. But
let them hold out.
Us conservative girlies are not joining y'all. So, I mean.
Yeah. You females hold the line. You know what I mean? Hold out longer and longer and longer. Hold the line. I'm telling you, it's only going to do men, you know, nothing but a service. We appreciate
it's
you.
Just more men for us. So, I mean, I have a feeling the reason you're doing 4B anyways is because you found out secretly that your boyfriend was a conservative and voted for Trump. So at least we know that our values will align with theirs, unlike yours. But seriously, give it up, girls. We are uniting, okay? This is not the time for division. I promise you, Trump is going to do so many wonderful things. Just drop your preconceived notions that the media told you to believe. None of it is true. I promise.
Deranged
we wouldn't support him if it
syndrome.
was.
4B movement this, 4B movement that. I have a very sneaky suspicion just from everyone that I know in real life that talks about the 4B movement. The people that are being the loudest about being very anti getting together with men, a lot of you guys are still in situationships and are actively hooking up with men in a non-committal way. Guess where men suck the most? In which cities they suck the most? Cities like New York. I don't know a single person who's having a good time dating in New York right now because men get all the benefits of being in a relationship with a woman for free from multiple women all the time. They're energy harvesting off of women all the time.
Absolutely.
Because you guys are like,
Stacking
oh,
the
I don't want
cash.
the responsibilities of being with a man and men suck and blah, blah, blah. But you guys get lonely. You want the validation. Time out. I say this because I needed to hear this years ago. Because let's be intellectually honest about this movement. People are enacting it because philosophically it works, but really, what's the emotional reason? Women are butthurt and we're saying we're going to take away our feelings and decenter our feelings and our happiness from men. But what do you do when you're hurt? You pull back emotionally first and then you pull back physically. So the way that women are expressing their nihilism in these cities is by continuing to sleep with people but not being emotionally involved with them. And that is the opposite order in which things should be done. So friendly reminder to anyone that is currently going through the disillusionment process of dating.
Listen, don't let these women fool you, because I was watching a video with Anton Daniels where lady on there was talking about how women, they adamantly believe that they can fool us and finesse us. They really be believing that. So this whole sleeping around thing, they want to do this. They're justifying it with, oh, liberation and you've been oppressing. No, they want to get that hole plugged by as many different sausages as possible, as long as they can get away with it. And they can't get enough. And it's word on the street, you know, I'm celibate, you know, but word on the street, you know what I mean? They can't stop sucking dick. Don't take out the messenger. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Don't pop the messenger. I'm just telling you, okay? They can't keep a dick out of their mouth. You know, they look, man, they be thinking about this stuff all the time, even while they're with the man. You're just waiting on another man that they find more attractive in some kind of way to flirt so they can imagine what it'd be like. You guys, man, you gotta, you know, keep your money, stop dating, get your passport.
But still giving men physical access to them because that feels more emotional.
What's going on, James? What's going on?
It's not,
What's
and
good,
it has
Matthew? What's
made them
good?
take women
Salute to
for
the
granted
tribe,
way more.
salute to the wolf
Someone asked
pack.
me if I was going to be participating in the 4B movement.
Mattress
Get the fuck
actresses,
away from
man.
me.
Yeah.
First of all, no. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And it's also like
They ain't gonna
highly,
stop it either.
highly offensive and insensitive to the original movement,
Wolf
the
pack in
actual
the
4B
house.
movement. And second of
Yeah, you guys, salute. Like that one lady was saying, they got it backwards, and they don't have it backwards because they're doing what they want to do, which is sleep around. But they should be keeping their legs closed and being more selective if they're going to be more in alignment with 4B. But instead, they're calling it liberation by giving I'm not going to say the one thing, but the assets and the things that men like, just giving it away for free. But also now the well is tainted. You know, there's tainted, tarnished coochie. You know what I'm saying? Going on because of the STDs and diseases they're not getting checked up on. You've heard about Houston. You've heard about South Carolina. But I really think it has a lot to do with you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? I didn't get it, but you know, some of y'all did. And it's just funny that it's hitting in these areas where it's clusters of minorities that, you know, we're getting the in mass, you know what I mean? But look, I'm you know what I mean, just a messenger. Y'all don't want to hear me. You know what I mean?
all, I'm married and my husband pays all the bills, and he also does pull-ups off of like water pipes, like a prison inmate. So I most definitely will not be participating in 4B fucking anything.
You're more than welcome
Jesus
over
Christ.
here.
I'm not
The Holy
4B, I'm
Spirit.
for the D. Okay, bitch.
Oh, Lord forgive us. I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say that at the same time that this Mary Jezebel, you know what I'm saying, said what she said. If her man is doing pull-ups like she said, like he's in prison, prisoners aren't getting any coochie. I don't care what she says. Both can't be going on at the same time. He's working out like a madman, like I am, because that's what I'm doing. I just got through doing some chin-ups. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got no woman, and I've been celibate for 2 years. Okay? I'd be doggone if I was up like this in the middle of the night. I'm sorry, you guys. I wouldn't be going live. I'd have my dick in my old lady's mouth. That's what I'd be doing. That's what I'd be doing. You know what I'm saying? Don't judge me, and don't, you know what I'm saying, say that my words are too harsh. I'm speaking the truth, unfiltered, authentically. You need to respect that. You know what I'm saying? Respect my authenticity. You got to respect it. All right? You might not like everything that comes out of my mouth, but it's very rare to have authentic people. So respect it. Respect it. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? I don't
There,
believe
y'all, but that shit is not for me. Not for me at all.
All these women like, divorce your husband,
Absolutely.
we're squaring off men. Who's we?
No tainted
I
milk.
kissed a lot of frogs to get to that man, okay? I want to go and do that. That's fine. Go and do that. You look stupid as hell. This man thinks that I am the only woman in the world. No other women exist. He gave me the privilege to stay home with my kids. Because even though that's hard sometimes to just be at home with kids all day, that's a privilege. He's the main provider of our household, but he asked me when he can spend money. He says things like, we get paid on Tuesday. He literally thinks I am God's gift to this earth. I gotta tell you, I'm a pretty strong personality, and that man puts me right in my feminine energy, and no man has ever been able to do that.
How?
I just make them lose their hair. I'm not gonna leave my husband. Like,
hey, you see
I'm
that?
sitting here in this country where
You see that? Yeah, man. I told you I got some things running in the background. If it crashes out, man. I mean, it'd be like my PC to crash out. You know, I crash out sometimes too. So understand it. Just bear with me, you guys.
you have the most rights out of literally any women in the world. It's saying that you don't have any rights anymore and they're getting taken away.
There's been a lot of content posted lately about the 4B movement. I think the
Hey, you
end
guys in
goal
the
of the
shorts
movement
feed,
is
hit that
beautiful,
like
which is
button.
women gaining
You know what I'm
sovereignty over
saying?
their bodies,
Subscribe.
and
3
really
tiny
looking at
dots
the
in the
ways
top
in which we
right.
have delegated our protection to sources outside of ourselves. And I really just want to encourage women that even though I know this has started from a place of anger and protest, don't let that be all that it's about. Because the reality is we should have been mad for a long, long time.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Liberation movement was billed as this movement to empower women, but the reality is that most birth control was actually created by men. That includes the pill, IUDs, and abortions. And just because they made it easy to mitigate the consequences of hookup culture doesn't mean that it was actually meant to empower women. Most forms of birth control actually come with a whole list of side effects.
I should have known when her black ass started talking that she was going to blame men. I should have known as soon as her black ass started talking. So once again, it's men's fault for the different forms of birth control. Is what are you trying to say? You know, I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man.
That actually can put the woman in more danger and disconnects us from our bodies, both mentally, physically, and emotionally.
Bruh.
Yeah, let me go ahead and put that up.
I just
Absolutely, that's what that is.
I just saw a Red supporter woman crashing out on here over the 4B movement, except for she didn't really seem to understand what the 4B movement was.
Big bag.
Like, I don't.
Big bag.
And then when someone asked her, because they were like, you don't seem to be talking about the 4B movement, she's like, I know what I'm talking about. Do your research. You have the same access to information that I do. And I was like, yeah, but like, where are you getting your information? Because that has nothing to do with the 4B movement. What are you talking about? I don't understand. It's like, I was genuinely like confused.
Not gonna keep quiet anymore.
Hungry too. Shouldn't have said nothing.
Can't do what you want. Offensive. Fish. Little girl couldn't have been more with a ball saying that she's helped her daughter numerous nights because when she lost her hair, she didn't feel beautiful anymore. So basically what you're saying is you're trying to make yourself unattractive by shaving your head because you don't like the president that was elected. Do you hear yourselves and see yourselves? Like, enough is enough.
They're turncoats.
Grow up.
They're turncoats.
Your entitlement is disgusting. There's actually women around the world that are oppressed.
Tell them, sister.
You live in the freest country, and no matter what you think,
you tell them, sister.
You haven't lost one right.
Not one.
No one's bothered to answer my question or list the rights that you have lost. Because you haven't. You're living in a delusional world. It's called get some mental help. Go to a therapist.
They probably are.
You've created an imaginary world that you believe is real.
Echo chamber.
Roe was overturned a long time ago. You guys, the government, the federal government in your business. Do you understand what Roe v. Wade even meant when it was overturned? There's like a misconnect. It means, and I'm going to say it 50
They don't know
what
it is.
It means it was the federal government has been taken out of the equation to have any control over your bodies. It was given to the states. So you could choose what state you want to live in if you want to have your stupid abortions. Do you understand that? I honestly don't think you do. There's less government involved in making decisions about your body. You don't get that. I do think it's a level of education. I really don't think you guys get it. It's so frustrating because all you guys scream is peace and unity, and all you do is divide everybody and act like little babies.
Let her cook.
Y'all, what is going on?
Boy,
in New
she
York
was
City?
cooking,
like,
man.
It's one thing to read the statistic that New York, like this is the closest New York has ever
hold
been
up.
to voting for Trump or turning red. But I'm actually seeing it happen in real time as I'm existing in New York City. I was walking to work and I work in the center of the city in Manhattan.
She's making
and
sure
I
you can
passed a
see
group
the
of men of
girls.
color. Don't ask how we got on the subject, but we started talking about voting. And it was the day that President-elect Trump became the president, like officially voted in. And we were talking about their voting history,
my
and
alarm.
they very proudly shared, and these are working men of color, working class men of color, very proudly voted for Trump. We're not ashamed to tell me. Outside of work, there was a MAGA truck selling MAGA paraphernalia and gear in the middle of the city. I feel like 5 years ago, that would have been so taboo. Like, I see MAGA hats in New York, and I feel like that would have never happened 5 years ago. Do I think New York City is turning into a conservative playground? No, but definitely some behaviors have changed, and some attitudes towards liberalism have changed in a city that I thought it would never happen in.
Please go read this article if you haven't already. I was going to make a video where I was reading through the entire article and addressing it point by point, but I don't think a lot of you fuck with that. So I won't spend all the time, but you should read it. And when you do, just be prepared to be shocked and outraged at the amount of money that they wasted and what they wasted it on celebrity and shit. On stupid sets for Call Her Daddy. When you look at the amount of money that they wasted on
You can ask whatever question you want to.
Understand why the consultant class is fine no matter
You might
who
not like
wins.
the
And
answer.
then they're still asking for money. They're still asking for money. I saw a video last night where some Blue Anon person was talking about we need to keep giving the campaign money because they need to pay for the recounts because maybe Kamala didn't loot. This might have been one of the worst run campaigns. And I understand that they didn't have a lot of time, right? Like they only had, 90 days from the time that Biden dropped out. And a lot of blame should be laid at Biden's feet for not dropping out sooner. In fact, a lot of blame should be laid at Biden's feet for the fact that he ran for re-election at all.
blame
When
somebody
he
else.
said he was a bridge to a new generation.
Always blame
but that
somebody
doesn't
else.
take away the responsibility from Kamala Harris and from the Democratic Party. Because now the Democrats are out here, including Nancy Pelosi, being like, we really should have had a primary. Wasn't it you that said that we shouldn't have a primary? All these Democratic hacks and operatives now being like, yeah, I guess we really should have had a primary. You bitches were the ones who said that we shouldn't have a primary because if we did, it would be racist and sexist and stepping over a black woman because it was her turn. And now you're the same people that are whining and crying and saying that the reason why she lost was because she's a black woman. If you really believe that, why'd you run her? If you
Can't
really
win
believe
for
that she
losing.
couldn't win because she was a black woman, why'd you fucking run
Yeah.
her? Anything.
Black men have been dealing with
to
this
deflect
for
responsibility.
years.
I've seen
Welcome
it all.
to our struggle, America.
Now Kamala is trying to trick y'all into paying off $20 in debt. Let's take a look. Now this is at the
shit.
bottom. Scroll down. I had to make sure that this was legit. And you look at this paragraph right here.
Brokey Kamala.
Okay, let's pause to read. The first $41,000 to $15,000 from a person multi-candidate committee PAC will be allocated to the DNC. So you mean to tell me that you need people to help you pay off the DNC, and then you also done made up this fake ass account called the Recount account that is supposed to do what? What the fuck is that supposed to do, girl?
She's
Because
cooked.
ain't nobody recounting the votes. Trump is the president. It is what it is.
Yeah, she's cooked.
It is what it is. Ain't no going back. We're not going back.
She ain't got black women
Okay, we're
support.
not
She's
turning
cooked.
the page. The page has been turned off of her ass. Okay.
A brokey account.
Why are you playing in people's faces? Uncle Donnie said he'd help you with that 20 mil. Call him up. Put your pride to the side.
Yo.
Okay, and call that man.
They already called him
But we're
Uncle
not helping
Donnie.
you
It's
pay
over.
shit.
It's over.
You had $1 billion. Do you know how many millions go into a billion? 1,000. You had 1,000 millions and you owe 20. Sometimes we just gotta put things into perspective.
It sounds about right.
Uh-uh.
A woman with money.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
You know who
sounds
you can
about
get to help pay for all that? The immigrants, the illegal ones.
Yeah.
Round them up, put them to work somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And tell them, you out.
Put them in Jamaica where family owns all the slave land.
Did y'all see that with Biden and the transition? I swear, it just really seemed like Biden wanted him to win. He smiling,
He was.
he at ease. It
He
seemed like
was.
he's just in peace with everything.
He was
Because he
cheesing.
know that everything that has been will be no longer. Somebody got to change it, and it got to be Trump.
It got to.
Yeah, man.
It gotta be.
He know
He
what's
got to
up.
fix it. Okay. And we all gotta stand by and support him and also hold him to the fire for the things that us Americans need done as well. But it just really tickled me how Biden just was sitting there just as happy as can be. He just looked like a kid getting picked up by their daddy on the weekend.
Yo, man.
I love it. I love to see just two people being amicable, peaceful, and just trying to do what's best, y'all. If you didn't watch it, go watch it.
You missing out, man. Look, and I know it's a dope video right there, man. You know, dating right. You guys make sure you subscribe to his channel. And I know you think the party's over, but it's just beginning, man. You know what I'm saying?
Better about women, what would it be?
Like when something is fine, it's not fine.
Haha.
Like read,
Hey,
like
y'all
read
like that
between the lines.
transition?
You mean
I know you did.
Yeah,
Hit that
exactly.
like
So men are
button,
expected to be minded.
subscribe, join the
Exactly.
Why do women
tribe,
often
be hitting up
expect
the
men
comment
to
section.
do things they're not physically capable?
I don't know. I think we're capable of.
Read lines, right? Okay, let me ask you this: who's so, why does so many body language?
Communicate.
Okay, communication where logic, emotions.
I think logic should always outweigh emotion.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people.
You know, this truth stuff is pretty cool.
Why do guys not call girls pretty anymore? Like, is it old-fashioned? Because on the last 7 first
Bear
dates
with
I've been
the
on, I
internet,
don't think
y'all.
one guy has opened with, "Wow, you
PCA.
look really pretty tonight."
Putting it
It's
to
like
work.
the easiest thing because we both know it took time for me to look the way that I do. And it would make you stand out so much. I don't know if I've just been dating all the wrong men or if other people feel like this is a dying art too, but like compliments will never fail you. Just tell her she looks pretty.
She should probably stop focusing on validation and fix her insecurities and start focusing on why those 7 first dates didn't work out.
So hold on. Do you think that things are getting better or worse for women right now?
Currently?
Yeah.
In the United States?
Like, are women improving
No,
or is
like
it
in the
worse for
future.
women?
What do you think he meant?
No, that's not what I asked. Is it getting better or worse for women right now?
For what? For
women.
what specifically? What category?
For the overall health and well-being of women, is it increasing or decreasing?
I would say that it's decreasing in this state.
Wait, hold on. This is the issue. I don't mean to trap you, but it's
Delusional
like, that's why I want you to
babbler.
think about this. Didn't you say? Weren't you one of the people that said that society is becoming less patriarchal?
Yes.
And simultaneously, life is getting worse for women, right?
I would say
I'm not saying this is your view. This is what you're saying.
100%, and I will stand on that. 100%,
Okay.
I will stand on that. But you didn't specifically ask
No,
about
I
in the
don't. By the way,
United
I don't mean to corner or use it as an own.
100%, I understand, but
100% I understand. Lady, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you, in fact, don't understand, and that's the problem. These podcasts always have people affirming statements with this kind of phrasing, even though when you look into their eyes, you know it all went through one ear and out the other.
Absolutely.
And almost, quote, 100% of the time, it's modern women that are the ones that do this, and it's because they lost their minds years ago. Sure, as I've said time and time again, the degradation started about 250 years ago and accelerated in the last 100 years. But nobody can deny that the bulk of the damage has really happened over the last few decades, and the brain rot on social media is really a monument to this collapse. Today, women look more like a couple of my grandparents suffering from dementia. They don't know who they are, what they are, or how to do anything unless one of the many sprinkle girl boss LARPers tells them what the next step should be. It's like turning on National Geographic with a modern female theme.
Oh,
so
man.
tight.
This dude be cooking, man.
Yes. You know what? All right, bet. We're done. We're done. I swear. You're so ungrateful. You're so ungrateful. I'm taking all this stuff back.
Just do better. Just do
No,
better.
I'm taking all this stuff
I
back.
need to be treated like a queen.
I'll go get this to another female. I'll take all this stuff back. Just leave it. Just leave it. Just leave it. Move.
Man,
Move.
he's cooking, Jay.
Move.
Man.
I eat my.
It's bad. It's constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism. You're ungrateful.
Just do better.
Yeah, you're ungrateful.
Yeah, see, and that's what I'm talking about right there. Pausing it real quick. Constructive criticism. There's no, Unless it's asked for, there's no such thing. It's disguised hate. It's disguised hate. It's just a fancy term for someone hating on you. Because it wouldn't even be called constructive criticism if you asked for it. It'd be called advice. Cooking over here. It'd be called advice. So they found a way to make a term for a hater to hate right in your face, to play right in your face. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's why I don't let no one give me constructive criticism. And when I see content creators online talking about it, I'm like, you're either an idiot or you're upset when people like me speak about how people like you shouldn't be running around criticizing random people that you don't know, and that you've made an assessment without getting, the details and the, long-term type of sit down to really pick apart the person. This kind of stuff is immature, and a lot of it goes on nowadays. No such thing as constructive criticism. It's disguised hate. That's all I wanted to say, man. Get off my chest.
You're never happy. Bro, you're never happy. You're never happy.
You were a girl.
Yes, I would be happy because there's people out here that ain't getting this. They're not getting that.
I should get the rose, like the big old thing. You give me like 5 roses, and there's like no money in there. There's no money in anything. You didn't give me any money.
Leave my house.
Exactly.
Someone texts you and they're like, "Are you free tonight?" No. I'm not playing your little game. You tell me what you're proposing or offering, and then I'll tell you if I'm free. It does not go the other way around. I'm not going to say, yeah, I'm free, and then you're going to invite me to like a fucking play or the museum.
Okay, for starters, plays and museums are for the well-cultured. It's not a surprise that you'd rather be at the club waiting for the next knob hop. Women like this say that men play games, and you know what? Sometimes we do. But the nature of the games we play are extremely different, and they don't involve vulnerable narcissism and playing with people's heads to get what we want. When men play games, there are clear rules and requirements to get to new levels or phrases until there's a clear winner and a clear loser. It doesn't matter if we're talking economics or some kind of drinking game at the end of the week. Now, women, on the other hand, don't appreciate these games, which is why they demand illogical pay raises and better representation just because they whined on CNN. They prefer games where the profit is certain, where it will only go in one direction or serve their shallow desires. And in a way, this isn't as much of a diss as much as it's just an objective fact. Women are naturally wired to take as much as they can get in the West or the East, because that is the natural relationship between masculine and feminine. The thing is, this originally worked well because men still had the last say in all relationships. Being naturally good at the only games that matter, guys set up the rules, with clear expectations and guidelines for women that, surprise, surprise, actually made men and women happy. But then simps of state gave women a taste of control. They didn't know how to use it or what it was for.
And all
but
hell
they've been
broke
pushing
loose.
ever since to get more and more, as it's in their nature to do so. When they couldn't hack it, the West plunged into a
true feminine
theatrical
energy.
mess, a space where chicks promote the facade because that's the only way to convince.
And that's the true divine feminine energy right there, to take. Right? They try to say it's to give, but it's really to take. It's a take. You know what I'm saying? They need you, but don't want you to think that they need you. So it's manipulation. You know what I'm saying? But it's to take. And it's to take. You're supposed to seed, take your vision and protect the take.
Themselves any of this makes sense.
Guy based on height?
Yes.
Really? You know they can't like choose how tall they are, right?
Yeah, obviously I know that.
Oh, well, I mean, I judge based on natural beauty. So like, I got some makeup removing wipes right here.
She did have a big nose.
Ain't nothing. Show the camera. Show the camera. Confidence, Huey. Confidence. Does height matter in a guy?
I like taller guys.
Men can't change that.
Okay, well.
You can change how much makeup you wear.
I can take off my makeup and still be pretty.
Uh-oh, man.
And this is the game these types of people choose.
These dudes
to
are getting savage.
Both of the makeup
These
tests,
young bucks
as
are getting
short
savage,
as they
man.
are perfect examples of how women that have totally lost their minds.
That's that dude that be dropping a scale, and now he's doing the makeup wipes. Oh, man, bro. I'm telling you, man. These women have it's over, man. It's over. Dudes are calling them out in real time.
Choose to play the game of reality. One follows through and ends with total denial, while the other one flips the
Facts.
table when the odds are no longer in her favor. Personally, I feel that it's difficult to determine which is worse, but I'm going to have to go with the former on this one, the one that represents a majority of Western women, and here's why. See, it's one thing to throw a tantrum after you lose, but it's an entirely
back.
different
We'll wrap
matter
it
to
up.
see checkmate and somehow get it in your head that you still won the match. Over the last 30 to 50 years, women lost in a big way. They lost their support systems, communities, respect, and anything else masculinity offers under the right conditions. And what's crazy being the operative word here, is that they chose this, a mechanism that just prints them out all over the street, with most of them consciously refusing to see the proverbial makeup on the wipe in their hands. It's a miserable existence, and they know it. They may hop on TV, movies, and nauseating podcasts to claim that it isn't, but their outside behavior
Man.
says otherwise, because what comes out of this bundle of contradiction.
This little boy's up in there awake already. I must have woke him up, man. Man, it's faking like he was sleeping, man.
And internal conflict is a deep desire to make everyone around them just as messed up as they are.
Name 5 things that you have to offer a man. Nothing, 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 and nothing.
You ain't with that one. Thanks, best friend. Nothing.
Where's my chat?
What do you need from a man who you're gonna take seriously?
Money.
That's all you look for. You're not serious though.
I am serious.
So why would a man even want to look your way if you can't add value to his life?
What about if you ain't got the bag down? Right. Thank you. Thank you. You can't spend the money down.
So let's say the man has the bag and he wants to spend the money. What does he get back?
I asked him out question like, what's my favorite color? You know what I'm saying? Right. Nigga. Yeah, let's get to know each other. What color is my motherfucking real hair?
Who would know?
We don't keep it shallow over here. We talk about real stuff. And when it comes on to the money, why does your man have to have it?
Because I get it.
So how much you make then?
That's none of your business. I'm a nurse, and it's none of your business.
So how much do you want your man to make?
He needs to be in the street.
Them streets.
You want a good guy while you're in the medical field?
I want a good guy, bad guy, whatever brings the money and make me richer. That's what it is. If he can't pay all my bills and take care of what else I got going on, and then no.
Can you say that again?
I could do real estate for the rest of my life. You're going to be stuck making $23 an hour, and you're going to be sitting here complaining.
$23 an hour is
fine.
That's really
pretty
good.
good. Yeah, that's
No,
pretty
it's
good.
poverty.
That's
You
pretty
can't.
good,
Do you know what? If she had a kid, good luck.
I don't have a
supporting-
kid.
I'm saying
Thank
hypothetically,
God.
if you had a kid, good luck trying to support you and your kid for
Girl, I'm 20.
$23 an hour.
I supported an entire family on less than that, but okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so
Well, it's going to be uncomfortable if you live in California, so I'll start there.
I did
Maybe
it
I
in a
just won't have
very
a kid
expensive
until I'm
place
married.
also.
But did you have a partner to help you?
No, she stayed at home to
Facts.
support my
Okay,
kids.
but you're also a man. Period.
What would that have to do with the amount of money you get?
Just go feminists typically get paid more, and you probably
If
had a
you're a
college
woman making
education.
$23 an hour, that's less money than when
Maybe
a man
I
makes
don't.
$23
Maybe
an
I
hour.
don't know how much $23 an hour is because I don't work.
We could have saved a ton of time here if she just started by saying those 3 magic words. I don't work.
Yeah, figures.
You know, lady, you don't work. And you know what else doesn't work? Feminism, which is why half of you will be hitting the wall single, looking like you just survived the latest Floridian hurricane by the skin of your teeth. This is the life cycle of the self-proclaimed boss babe in its purest form. First, you get raised by a progressive simp with a domineering wife or a single mom. Then they go into debt to make their princess, drunk on adolescent power, happy with sweet 16s and lease on an overpriced Mazda. Then
Cat
you plunge
already.
into the carousel, shacking up with any dude white knighting his way to get into your pants. After that, all bets are off as you go to a Western college institution that makes you feel like a god while simultaneously making you despise the fictional patriarchy for magically making you rack up a body count that would give grandpa another heart attack. Once you get out of college, you'll be a
Facts,
soldier
man.
for the feminist regime, banking on some tech company to hire you for an HR position so that you can tell the world you did all of that on your own. But here's where it gets a little messy. These companies, as they always do, will face correction, firing you at the drop of a hat. You'll then wander the streets, expecting a high-value male to throw you a bone, just like mommy treated you for the first 18 years of your soft, cushy existence. You'll find a Chad or Tyrone, have a kid, or buy a cat, and finally end up in hell that middle-aged women land in, where the pickings are slim to none and Botox flows from the mountaintops. And why? Because you chose delusion.
Why do men not understand hints in the slightest way possible?
Why should men have to start understanding hints?
Yeah.
Why can't individuals that have something to say just speak their mind?
Thank you.
It would be a lot easier and save everyone an awful lot of time.
Appreciate that, sweetheart. It's just that
Pretty
simple.
much women are going to try to fool you. The bad ones and the good ones are going to try to fool you. The bad ones are going to do it consciously. The good ones are going to do it unconsciously. The nature of the female is to dissimulate. That's why you're always wearing makeup. You're always covering over the truth. That is your actual nature. I want men to be aware and to be able to operate with this knowledge so that they can get the best of what they're seeking in terms of women, relationships, marriage, and children. On the other hand, I want women to know that you will be assessed based on who you actually are and what you have actually done. So we will not accept anyone who's trying to pull a switcheroo, which is to say you've lived as a promiscuous person for the last 15 years and then all of a sudden you would like to marry a man and be treated with respect. We're going to treat you according to who you actually are. And if you're a person who deserves no respect, you will get no respect. You will not get a relationship. You will not get married. You certainly won't get children.
This is why the madness of women has rapidly compounded over the last century, and why it's now coming to a screeching halt. Today, plenty of the aging women in the West, living the life I just outlined, roam churches and dating apps to try and deceive men.
Roam churches.
I say deceive,
Hey, I'm telling
not
you,
just
man.
because it isn't a key part of feminine behavior,
always
but
say.
because that's exactly what they're doing.
In
If
03,
they
04.
really wanted to be saved, or if they really wanted to change, all of these thirsty chicks would have settled down decades ago. They would have acknowledged the warning signs, and when the hive mind passed them the script, they would have thrown it away and looked to an honorable man for guidance. But they didn't do that. They basically did the exact opposite, played the game poorly and lost, and now they're trying to walk up to guys who will never give them the time of day, trying to tell them that the checkmate was just a figment of the opponent's imagination. And this is where things get hilarious in a dark way. Not for them, but for us. Because Man Guide and many others have been revealing this kind of ruse for a long time now. Men, more than ever before, see the writing on the wall, while modern women basically draw a massive arrow symbol pointed at the damage they've caused to Western society.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that huck and spit on that thing. You get me? Huck, spit on it. Spit on it.
The internet is debating which one of these hobbies is least attractive to women. According to the survey, playing video games is the #1 least attractive hobby that a woman can see.
Of course, playing video games. The one thing that most of all men love to do. You know, online trolling. Do men do that a lot? I thought women do that the most. You know what I'm saying? Gambling, building model trains. I mean, the rest of that stuff. Magic tricks. I thought that'd be #1.
See in a man. Apparently, it's even more
All right, you
attractive
guys.
than bird watching.
All right, you guys, get your magic cards out. Apparently, it's okay to do magic, but you can't play video games. So it's time to start doing some magic tricks. You know what I'm saying? Oogly boogly, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Get back out there, y'all.
And taxidermy. Women would prefer that a man gamble, collect figurines, and even do magic tricks rather than play video games.
Yeah, it's
so
crazy.
to all the women out there, does this survey make sense to you? Is playing video games the least attractive thing?
Or are
that
they
a man can
trolling?
do?
I'll spell it out for those who have yet to receive this memo. Misery loves company, and there's nothing on this blue marble of ours that is more miserable, more lost, more unstable than a woman growing up in the modern world. See, the thing is, guys, when left alone with other guys and build something or play around, are actually doing just fine. In fact, as long as they're doing what's best for their mental health, they are happy. Sometimes I get
Absolutely.
emails with guys being like, how do you handle all of this brain rot? How can you sift through this slew of muck and still be functional? Well, here's the secret. I'm only looking into the abyss, chuckling at the top. I'm not going out of my way to bring this nonsense into my personal life. That's the issue some people find themselves in. That's the only thing that really makes male
Yeah, man.
torment a sure thing, choosing not to walk away. Sure, men are made to struggle, but there's a difference between hard work and a battle nobody ever wins.
A tormented soul for sure.
Kiara, are you going to address the scamming accusations?
This is what they're referencing. You said, quote,
I know guys when they're lonely and when they don't have a good family situation, they're vulnerable. So I just know what kind of people to target. I'll ask them
Scumbag.
how's life and let them open up. And when they open up, that's when I know that I can take
Scumbag,
something from them.
scallywag.
The woman being recorded, I guess this is you, admitted to scamming at least 7 men, including one with
Wow.
a disability. One allegedly
Cardi
gave
B
her his
Jr.
life savings of more than $30,000 after she said she had a growth in her kidney.
Wow.
Well, there's a recording of it apparently.
But that was from like 3 years ago. I was
So
just in a
what?
very bad place.
Wait, so it's not true, or it happened 3 years ago?
I was
You
just
know,
going through
I was in a bad
mental,
place.
like,
I can get
breakdown.
away
I
with
was
it. Man,
going
these
through a
women,
lot of
dude.
things in life. After that, I went for therapy, and I'm in a better place now.
So
I
it
didn't
don't
say those
count?
things like I mean it at all.
But what would you say to an audio recording of I know what kind of people to target when they open up? I can take. How could I true that?
You trying to manipulate now.
You derive sexual pleasure by saying things on Twitter such as I love you derive pleasure from either saying or doing those things.
Yeah, I think it's hot.
No,
like
but you said it's your thing, so you're deriving pleasure simply by
Wait,
virtue
what?
of saying that.
yeah, I get pleasure from it. I get pleasure from tweeting like that. I think it's
So these women are getting off on posting these videos, these man-hating videos. They're not just doing it for views. They're actually getting off on it. You guys, you know what I'm going to say. I know you don't want to hear it. This is witchcraft. This is witchcraft on the highest level. This is modern witchcraft. Y'all are thinking about like some witches out there over some, you know what I'm saying, whatever, chicken bones. I don't know. No, this is modern witchcraft, man. Just like makeup. This is modern witchcraft, man. Our ancestors try to warn us about this. The Bible talks about stuff like this, man. You know what I'm saying? Just leaving a woman to her own vices, unattended by a man. It happens.
fun. I like it.
There are certain things that can just be deemed objectively wrong. So, like hurting animals, would you agree that that's wrong?
Absolutely.
Yeah, what if somebody derives sexual pleasure from?
You don't
hurting
need to be
animals?
told that that's wrong.
How's this any different than you saying you like hurting men?
Because they're men, and a lot of men like hurting women. So
What are you talking about?
I'm not sure I totally follow there.
What are you talking about?
Well, your justification is, well, men do bad things.
Yeah, some men do bad things, or justification for that is I'm gonna do whatever I want. Man, she don't have any stats. She just says something out of emotion.
So I can also do bad things to perhaps even innocent men, because there's bad men out there who do bad things to
Disgusting.
conceivably innocent women.
This, my friends, is the battle that nobody ever wins, and what I and most of you have distanced ourselves from to achieve lasting peace. If a man chooses to get in bed with a Western woman with modern morals, you're basically turning your home into an asylum, with you being the exhausted, addled 19th century physician and the woman being the patient who believes she's the Queen of England, unable to let go of her rusty kazoo without the help of sleepy time meds. These women live in a state of constant hell, and nothing would make them happier than to bring you into their world. The world filled with denial and the kind of self-superiority that makes anything around it slowly perish. That
ain't
includes
lying.
masculinity, the one thing that pushes us.
This guy's had to have been married before. He described an American marriage to the T. He has to have been married before.
To become better than the man we were yesterday and eager to become stronger tomorrow. Feminism is a hell of a drug. It eats away at the mind to the point where the only thing that matters is 3 seconds of empty validation. And that's not even an exaggeration. I can't think of a physical substance that's done more harm to communities than this ideology. And that's why men, young and old, are doing what men do best. Looking at the price tag and saying, not today.
Yeah.
No. Is that what you think? It's just that promissory.
Let me ask you something. What is this? What is up with the arm touching? Are you being friendly, or is it some calculated maneuver to get me to do whatever you want? Yeah. Yeah, done.
There you go. There you go.
Right?
Try to manipulate my boy. He's like, nah.
The truth now. Your future hasn't been written yet. No one's had. Your future is whatever you make it. So make it a good one.
Men, the women of the modern age have lost their minds. It's upside down and they have no intention of changing until it's too late. Luckily, it's never too late for you because men aren't governed by their pasts. They can always do or not do things that will change everything. That's the power of masculinity. And if you made it to the end of this video, I want to say I appreciate you. So please don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment to have a chance to win.
Absolutely,
and hit that subscribe
brother.
button for
Not
daily
a
videos.
problem.
And if you could take a quick sec to subscribe to the second channel, Man Guide Reacts, link is right down.
I'll go ahead and find it. You know what I'm saying? I'll go ahead and find it. Why not? Why not? Then I have one more in here. You know. Oh Lord. Hold up. All right, man. Maybe.
You have any remarks? What do you think about him? Is he your type? You like him?
I wanna turn the whole thing upside down.
That's about it.
That chick's big as hell.
You have any remarks? What do you think about him? Is he your type? You like him?
I don't know if he's attracted to women. I wouldn't think like.
Wait, why don't you think that he's attracted to women?
He's giving me flamboyant in the way he present himself. So.
I mean, I'm just not attracted. That's about it.
Okay.
All right. You have any remarks? What do you think about him? Is he your type? You like him?
I don't know if he's attracted to women. I wouldn't think like.
I don't know what that clip was about, man.
When you watch this video, you probably think that is the lion's.
Wait a minute, popping hers. I bet I could guess, but go ahead.
What would you say?
Probably all the stuff on my face.
The tattoos?
Yeah.
I'm not sure my mom would kind of approve.
Definitely respect that. I actually have like other things too.
Other things like what?
Oh man, the whole demon. That's a demon.
I got so many questions. I got so many questions.
no.
But you know what? We're going to save that for another day. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next lady. Why do we end up popping hers? I bet I could guess, but go ahead.
Absolutely not.
Did your ex ever sleep with one of your friends?
That's why we bring it back to the Willie Lynch letters, right? We're gonna hyper-masculate the woman, and then we're gonna emasculate the black man, and that was the agenda. So now, I can't bear kids, right?
So it's a problem?
Listen, what I'm saying. I'm not here to pass judgment. Only God can do that.
It's a problem.
I'm here to give information. A woman has a particular role, and if she doesn't play that role, there's no family or no family structure.
Mm-hmm.
A man, the black man, has a role he has to play. If he doesn't play that role, there's no family or family structure. So you've been taught that you're maintaining a child is raising a child as a single mother. So you're thinking that, food, clothes, and shelter, it's not raising a child. That's maintaining a child. To raise a child, you need man and woman in that household. You need a coalition of masculine and feminine energy working simultaneously together. But just because you get support from the government, you mistake the maintenance as the raising. And then now the child is up because that daughter doesn't see a man in the home. So she doesn't know how to be nurturing for the man that eventually is in her home.
The support from the government, you mean like
Section 8.
Yeah, all that type of stuff.
Right.
On that.
I got it. I'm asking because I want it from you.
But you're being
a
welfare,
woman
Section
that
8.
has a
Yeah, that type
successful
stuff.
business.
But you can't.
When I'm talking about Section 8,
Is
that a problem?
I'm
not talking about Section 8. Nobody is on Section 8.
You can't spin me. What I'm saying is Section 8 is the thing.
Nobody.
That's why we bring it back to the Willie Lynch letters, right? We're gonna hyper-masculate.
Yeah. She tried to derail that conversation.
She's in the middle of talking to them. She's like, I need to talk to you. Hold on.
That's give a shit.
You know what's funny? It's funny how you say that he's controlling, right? That you don't want to submit to him. He's controlling, but yet you'll let your mama and your aunties and your sisters and your cousins and your friends tell you what to do and persuade you along. You know what's funny? It's funny how you.
Is that what is the.
When his ex-wife found out that he joined the military, she wanted a child support.
Now, wait a minute now. I just got off a plane and I've been notified that MAGA women are on this app making threats, talking about somebody's going to jump them. And this is how I know y'all lying. Okay, you got a lying spirit, and you need to be loosed. The last person I jumped was unaware that they was about to be jumped. Okay, there's no jump coordinator. There's no jump announcement. This is how I know y'all lying. Okay, Mary Beth, you're gonna get you, Charlotte, Mindy, all toe down. Get out of our face with that, knowing full well you can't back up nothing that you talking about. Okay, we're not concerned with you.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Before?
No, not yet.
Not yet. I want to find out.
Oh my God, look at them. They're so cute.
My eye.
Oh my God, look at them.
What's harder, being a man and trying to impress a woman, or a woman trying to impress a man?
Being a woman trying to impress a man.
Explain.
Because I feel like we have to jump through too many hoops. It's too much competition out here between the BBLs and the titties and everything else.
Yeah, strong
So
face.
that's cap. That's cap. If the man ain't tall enough, if the man ain't rich enough,
You already
man
know.
ain't got 6 inches.
You already know.
And
Hey,
y'all
look,
ain't
you
getting no
guys.
BBLs for us.
Let him cook. Let me see if I can get something going on here before I go. Okay, yeah, let them sit there. Yeah. Anyway, you guys, smash that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. I got to get my son out here, man. Get him to school. Love and light, man. Let's talk about it in the comment section. You agree or disagree? And like I said, hit that like button. What else? What else? Huh? You know what I mean? I said in the comments. You know, I gotta get him. Yeah, I gotta get him out here. Anyway, y'all, I'm your brother and I love you, and I'm out.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
Made in America.